Hello everybody, Mr. Parrot here for Thursday, April 22nd, 2021. It's a great day to be a junior potter. We're going to be doing some food chains making today, so we're going to have an activity. So first and foremost, make sure you do your bell ringer, and then let's go to Schoology and see what is in store for us and our activity today. So it's a Thursday and Friday activity, so we're doing part one Thursday, part two will be on Friday. If you know you're not going to be here with us, though, you can tackle both parts in the same day. I'll have both videos out there for you. It's a Cedar Glades food chain that we're going to specifically look at today. So it's very similar to what we did the other day when we looked around the world and had our around the world type of things going on there, except in this case we are dealing specifically with a cedar glade. Now, why a cedar glade is because it's very similar to the prairie lands that we have here in Illinois, so it has a lot of similarities to our surrounding environment. But specifically, these places are in like Tennessee, Kentucky, a little bit further south is where you'll find a lot of these things, but very close to our stuff. And we have a wider range of animals that are very similar to the things that we have. So we'll be studying the cedar glade here for it. So for part one, you're going to be doing some food chains and energy pyramids. So how this works is that you're going to use the following document to help you complete your food chains and energy pyramids. So we have a species list already here for you. We've got producers, we've got decomposers, and then it breaks it up into the different types of reptiles, insects, birds, amphibians, and mammals that inhabit this area. And with each one of them, it tells you a little bit about what they eat. So we can make food chains based off of this stuff here. So how it works is that you're not going to be able to use the same animal twice, and I always start you off the food chain by giving you a specific animal in a specific spot in the food chain, and then you have to fill out the rest of the blanks for the food chain itself. For producers, it may not have specific producers, and for some of the consumers, if it just says it eats birds, or it eats small mammals, or it eats amphibians or reptiles, you can choose anything from those lists. If it just says that it eats like grasses, or it eats fruits, or it eats berries, you can just pick one of the producers off the list to go with. Because it may not specifically say if it makes fruits or berries, or if it's a grass. So we will just assume that the producer that you choose will have that in there. But in some cases, it does have specific producers that it'll feed off of. So if it has something specific there, add that thing to it. So here's how it works. On day one, you're going to have 5 food chains and 5 energy pyramids to piece together. How you end up doing that, we'll look at number 1 here as an example together. You're going to create a butterfly, or create a food chain that includes the falcate orange tip butterfly as a primary first level consumer. So I already gave you that in its correct spot as an example. You need to figure out what the butterfly eats, and then what things could come after the butterfly. So how you would use this, you would use our species list, pull that up, find the butterfly, which, hey, here's a little part underneath the insects that says butterflies and moths. Let me increase it so that you can see it maybe a little bit. There you go. You can see it a little bit. You'll find, boom, the falcate orange tip butterfly. And it says it feeds on smooth rock cress, Leavenworthia, and other mustards. So you just put smooth rock crest as its producer. Boom, and that would satisfy the producer role of the food chain. Now, for the other parts, this is where you're going to have to use your brain for, because underneath the butterfly, it will not say what eats the butterfly. You're going to have to think of what type of animal might eat an insect. Maybe a amphibian would, maybe like a frog. So we go to the amphibians, and you look to see, oh, the gray tree frog here eats insects and other invertebrates. A butterfly's an insect, so we could go gray tree frog as the next thing. Then we got to think of, okay, what's a bigger animal that could eat a frog? Maybe a Let's look around here for something. Coyotes. Coyotes are big. Coyotes would eat a frog, so could go coyote as your top predator there. And that's what you're going to do. And then you're going to convert that over into an energy pyramid. And remember where our things go on our energy pyramid. Producers go on the bottom. Our top consumers go on the top. And you just insert their name at their correct level. So this would be the smooth rock cress, et cetera. You'd fill that out for it. I'm going to get rid of these before I forget and accidentally leave them behind. There you go. We're going to reset that. And then you got another thing for the second food chain. This one ends in the gray fox. The third food chain has the prairie warbler as the second level consumer. We have a bobcat as the third level consumer. And then the last one has the jumping spider as a secondary level consumer. So to show off some different food chains in there, I give you specific animals to go in specific spots to it. And that is day one. If you have any questions about what to do for day one, do not hesitate to ask. Make sure that you are using the species list. It is linked on every one of the food chain slides, so there's no excuse not to use it. I'm also going to put it directly into the folder as well. It's a PDF, so you should be able to side-by-side it, but it might be a little bit too small to do that, so you might need to just tab back and forth possibly with it. But yeah, that's what you're doing today. You're just making the food chains and energy pyramids. If you want to move on to day number 2, because you're not going to be here tomorrow, I will have the day 2 video, so you can watch along and follow along with that right after this. But if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask, and I will see you hopefully later. Bye.